You can't go anywhere these days without hearing about AI, especially in the workplace. And let's be real, there's a lot of nervousness out there. How do we bring in this incredible new technology without sidelining our most important resource, our people?
But what if we're all looking at this from the wrong angle? What if the biggest hurdle to unlocking AI's potential isn't about the tech itself, but everything to do with us, with the humans who are supposed to use it?
Because right now, for so many companies, figuring out AI feels like trying to solve a giant, impossible puzzle.
I mean, leaders everywhere are desperate for a roadmap, right? A simple step-by-step guide to get this world-changing tech working for them. But the truth is, that guide doesn't exist. It's this huge, intimidating challenge, and it leaves a lot of people feeling kind of lost and overwhelmed. But here's the thing. Some companies are actually cracking the code, and their solution is, well, it's surprisingly human. It takes the focus off the machines and puts it right back where it belongs, on people.
The big secret, it turns out, has nothing to do with having the smartest algorithm or the fastest computer. Nope. It's all about building a culture of curiosity, of play, and of learning together.
Let me give you a perfect example. DBS Bank. Their CEO, Piyush Gupta, did something brilliant. He didn't just send out a memo saying, use AI. Instead, he created an environment where every single employee got the time and the freedom to just experiment, to play around with the tools and see what happened. And then, they all shared what they found.
And the results were just incredible. They saw these massive jumps in efficiency, and not just where you'd expect. They started using AI for things like HR, predicting hiring needs and figuring out why people were leaving. That's the kind of innovation that bubbles up from the ground floor, not something ordered from the top.
Okay, so building that kind of culture is the goal. But to get there, you need something even deeper. You actually have to make a fundamental shift in how you think about your employees and what makes them tick.
For so long, management has been dominated by this deficit model. Ideas like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's this picture of a person starting at the bottom, lacking everything, and having to slowly climb a ladder just to reach their potential.
But just look at the contrast here. The old way is that ladder. The new way, it's like a lottery that your employees have already won. Instead of starting from a place of, you lack this, we start from a place of, you have this. The whole mindset shifts from, I have to become something, to, I already am something.
Let's just boil it down. The old view sees your job as a long journey to get potential you don't have. The new view sees your job as the opportunity to use the incredible potential you were born with. It's a huge difference, moving from striving to realizing.
And this new mindset is all built around a powerful, natural ability that every single one of us has. Let's call it the human jackpot. So what is this jackpot? It's something called metacognition. It sounds like a big, fancy word, but it's really simple. It's the ability to think about your own thinking. It's that little voice in your head that lets you step back, reflect, and figure things out. It is the ultimate tool for adapting and growing. And this is a total game changer. It means your people are not starting from zero. They're already at the top of the pyramid, holding the most sophisticated tool in the universe. Your job as a manager isn't to give them things they lack, it's to help them unlock what they already have. And when you start leading this way, everything changes. You start seeing your team as capable partners, not as problems that need fixing. It fires up their own motivation because you're giving them real autonomy. And it builds this amazing culture of respect, which, believe me, leads to way, way higher job satisfaction.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like in practice? What does a manager do on a Tuesday morning to make this happen? Well, you stop being a provider who's just filling in gaps. You become a coach, a barrier remover. Your whole job is to set the stage so your team can use the incredible gifts they already possess. I absolutely love this philosophy from Vanderbilt University Medical Center. It says it all. Hire for attitude, train for aptitude. They get it. You hire for the stuff you can't teach, like kindness, like empathy, and you can always teach the technical skills later. And they actually put this into action with a policy called the Find the Answer principle. And it's so simple. 1. Employees are empowered to literally stop their normal work to help someone. 2. They have a no-pass rule. You own the problem. You don't just kick it over to another department. 3. If you get the question, you are responsible for finding the answer. That right there is real empowerment. So you see, the role of a leader completely flips. It's no longer about barking orders. It's about being a coach. It's about getting obstacles out of the way and asking really good questions. Questions that get your team to fire up their own metacognition and solve their own problems.
The age of AI isn't about replacing us. It's about making us better. And the companies that win are going to be the ones who truly understand that. So the question for every leader out there is pretty simple. Are you going to keep making your team climb a ladder they were never at the bottom of? Or are you going to help them invest the jackpot they've already won?